Today, I would like to do a small, I don't know if it's small, but it's a not large, I don't know, a mic comparison with everything that I have in my studio, from the toner to the Fine K669D, Fine K669C, the 5-core Retro, Fine K688, and I believe that's all I've got. But we're going to check those out tonight and compare all of them together and see which ones sound the best, which ones sound whatever. We're just going to compare all the differences. So get ready, buckle in. Why am I doing this? We'll see you in a second. It is super bright in here. This is Future Clay. I just traveled back in time to let you know that all of this video, everything you're going to hear, sounds so much better if you have some headphones to listen to it through. So if you got headphones, please, I suggest you put them on. It's so much better. If you don't, it's fine. Nobody's going to hold it against you. Just letting you know, sounds so much better with headphones. Back to the video. Okay. First one is the Toner TD510. We are in XLR mode with no processing, no enhancements from the Vocaster hub. So this is what it sounds like when you just take it out and you plug it in and start talking into it. This is what it sounds like. I happen to really like this mic. I did some magical rigging stuff here to get a big pop filter on it because, oh, you can see it doesn't look right. But it's as good as I can get it, and it works, and it fits, and it's cool. All I did was take a really cheap pop filter windscreen that I had already cut up for something in the past that I did, and put it inside this to take up some of the space, and then slid it all back together, and everything works sort of good. So this is it. This is what it sounds like. XLR mode, no processing. So we'll go ahead and go through it. And like I said, we're going to go through several mics, and this is the Toner. So now we'll move on to some processing. Oh, you know what I did forget? I am running filters in OBS, and I forgot to turn those off. So I'll go ahead and describe those filters. A limiter, a noise suppression because I have the air conditioner running, a plugin for a de-esser, and a plugin for an EQ. And I have the EQ adjusted the way I like it. So I probably should turn all that off, or at least I'll leave the limiter and the noise suppression. No, we'll take the noise suppression off. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you're enjoying everything so far, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you already haven't. I would appreciate that very much so. And somewhere in this video, you just might see my Buy Me a Coffee QR code. If you feel so inclined to buy me a coffee, that would be awesome. That is a good way to help support the channel for a small guy like myself that does not have a whole bunch of memberships and stuff like that. So if you do, great. If not, it's okay too. I don't care. So yeah, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. And this is with everything off in the OBS filters. So this is with everything off in the OBS and everything off in the Vocaster hub. What do you think? How does it sound? Let's move on to cranking those back. Actually, we'll just leave those off for now. I am going to leave the limiter, the noise suppression, all of that's going to be off except for the limiter. Let me know if you hear my air conditioner. It's on low, fan only, so it's not as noisy. And just let me know. Here we go. So we're going to jump into the Vocaster. Let me see if I can just pull that in. It would probably be way better for everybody if I did that. Let's go window capture. We will go over here to, where is it at? There it is. I found it. Stop looking, everybody. I got it right there. Okay. Now I just have to make it show up. There it is. There. Look, oh, it's over there. Can we see it good enough? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's good enough. So you see there's no enhancements. Let me mute the other mics because I've got another mic over here, K669D, hanging out kind of all by itself over there. It's muted now. So now we'll go back into the Vocaster hub and we'll start turning on the enhancements and see what we like. right off the bat, it puts it in radio mode. So this is the toner TD510 in radio mode. I think, let me just put that back. This is the original radio mode that it puts out. I have adjusted it. So now we're back on the default radio mode, and this is what it sounds like. The radio mode through the Vocaster hub on the toner TD510. What you think? How does it sound? Does it sound good? Does it sound good and radio-esque? Let's move on. This is clean mode, clean as a whistle on the toner TD510. This is what it sounds like when it's on the clean mode. I know I usually lean towards the radio mode, or what is it, the bright. But yeah, this is the clean mode. So this is what it sounds like on the clean mode for the toner TD510 through the Vocaster hub. Let's move on to the next one. We are now in the warm mode. Do you like the warm mode better than the last two? Just let me know in the comments below which one you like. We'll just do it. Like I said, this is an overall comparison on everything that I have in my studio. You know why? Because I'm bored and I want to put out some content. So this is what I'm doing. Let's move along. Now we're in the bright setting. The bright setting, let me just go back and make sure, because I am not convinced exactly. This is the default bright setting in the Vocaster hub. So we're going to go back through all of those because they weren't in default. They were in Clayfault. All right, so this is the default bright setting in the Vocaster hub on the TD510. And this is the warm mode. This is the warm mode on the Vocaster hub, or with the Vocaster hub on the TD510. What do you think? I do notice that the Vocaster, if you put it on the default settings, it cranks the compression up pretty high. I don't know if it's too high, but it's pretty high. I'm going to pause for a moment of silence real quick. Hang on one second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So yeah, this is the default setting for the warm mode. Now we'll move along to the next one is clean. And this is the default clean setting in the Vocaster hub with the TD510. What do you think about that, boys and girls? Does it sound any better than the rest? We're going to keep working our way up, which I think we're almost back up to the top, and see what everybody thinks of these settings on the toner TD510. And again, I do not have the filters on in OBS, so we are going to just leave those off for now. Those settings I will save for just my personal preference. Alrighty, moving along. Okay, this is the default radio setting in the Vocaster hub for the toner TD510. What do you think? I kind of like this one. This, like I said, I tend to lean towards the radio. I think it sounds great. I just like it. I don't know. It sounds good on my voice. At least I think so anyway. So what do you think? This has been all of the settings in the Vocaster hub for the toner TD510. I'm not sure what else to do with it. I mean, we could, you know what we could do? We could do some tests. Let's do some plosives. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, and that's all I say, and I'll just repeat it. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. This is with this big old chunk of burning pop filter. So maybe I should put the original one on. You wonder? I bet you I should. I don't know. I don't have. Yeah, I've got originals. Oh, I don't like that. Well, you know what? You heard it all through this. Now we'll switch over to the default pop filter that it comes with. Hang on one second. Okay, we have the stock pop filter that comes on the TD510. So let's run right back down that list and see how it sounds through all these different settings with the stock pop filter. Currently, you are listening to the default radio setting in the Vocaster hub. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Does it sound good? Do you like this radio setting with this pop filter, or do you like it better with that big one? I can hear the plosives. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. They are a lot more present. But this is what you get. This is what you get when you do stock stuff. And the other thing is it's just a big old, look at that. It's like talking into a pillow from the couch. Huge pillow. All right, moving on. This is the default clean setting on the toner TD510 through the Vocaster hub. How does it sound? Do you like it? I like it. I mean, I like this microphone, period. It's a cool mic. I don't use the USB mode. I guess I'm going to have to for this video, but I don't really use the USB mode that much. But I do like the way it sounds. I like the way it sounds through the XLR. Yeah, I just like it. This one and the Fine K669D are probably my favorites. So moving along, we were on the clean. Let's move along to the warm setting. And this is the warm setting on the Toner TD510. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and do some plosives. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Plosive. It's got a lot of them. All right, so a little bit of a proximity. This is what it sounds like when you get right on top of the mic. Please fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to take off. Now we will go ahead and do some off-axis rejection. I am about that far away. You see how far that is? That's about how far away I am. Talking straight into the mic. This is what it sounds like at 90 degrees, about this far away as well. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees to the other side. I don't. And this is what it sounds like when you talk right into the back of the mic. Oh. You hear all that? Okay. Now we did all that. Let's move along. That was the warm setting. That was all the warm setting. So let's move on to the bright setting, which is the last one in the list. And I just hit this. Get out of the way. The bright setting. This is the default bright setting in the Vocaster Hub for the Toner TD510. Do we like it, boys and girls? What do we think? Again, so when you put this in bright, it puts the rumble reduction up to high. And this is what you get. You've got some decreased bass. You've got some increased mids and some mid trebles. High mid. You can see it yourself. Right? Yeah. All right, so let's move along real quick just to check the rumble reduction on the rest of the settings. Warm goes for high as well. Clean goes for high. And radio goes for low. I think we all would much rather be high. Anyway, let's go ahead and move along to, that's it. We're going to move along to the next microphone, which is going to be the Fine K688. Let's go to the K688. Okay, now we've got the Fine K688. Fair is fair. Hang on one second. Stock pop filter, Fine K688. What do you think? This is raw dogging it. No filters in OBS. No enhancements in the Vocaster. This is the 688, as pure as it comes. So let's go ahead and add some enhancements and see how we like it after that. Right off the bat, we're in radio mode on the 688. What do you think about the 688 in radio mode, folks? Let me just double check something here. Yep, it is still in default. This is the default radio mode. I feel like I'm hunched down. Let me get the mic up. Is that a little bit? That's a little better. I'm getting too close. So we'll go ahead and give it a couple of tests. This is in, like I said, radio mode. Let's do some plosives. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Yes, definitely some plosive action going on. Sounds, hang on one second. Okay, sounds a little better than the Toner as far as plosives go. I don't like to hear that because I really like the Toner, but this one's really nice too. And I just recently got this one on sale. It was like $58. I think it's still around 59. They switch it up all the time. This is the newer updated version that has a little bit of distance between the end and the capsule. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. There you go. You can see that space right in there. Shit. So with that space, there is that's a lot of noise. That's what there is. There's a little bit of air, an air gap in between that, so that kind of helps that out. Let's move along from the radio setting down to the clean. This is the clean setting on the Fine K688 through the Vocaster Hub. What do you think about this? Let's do some proximity on the clean. Is that where I'm at? Did I just say clean? I did. And this is what it sounds like when you get right on top of the mic with the clean setting in the Vocaster hub. Thank you. Moving along. This is the warm setting on the Fine K688. I am just bouncing all over the place. You know why? Because I'm not a professional. But I am creating some content and I am helping some of you understand some of these mics, hear some of these mics, make a decision on which ones you want to buy. I typically go for stuff that's cheap, that I can afford, and that's what I do. That's why I got so many different ones. Actually, I don't even have that many. All of my pals have like hundreds. Mike, Bark. Anyway, let's go ahead and move along from the warm setting to the bright. This is the bright setting, default bright setting on the Vocaster hub for the Fine K688. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? How does it sound in comparison to the rest? How does it sound in comparison to the toner? And we're moving on to the K688. Nope. The K669D. Gonna go get some of that D. All right. Ta-da! See, it was just like that. Okay. This is talking right in the front of the mic, and this is talking at 90 degrees. You make your decision as to which sounds better. Nobody's ever going to do it like this. So, all right, this is the Fine K669D with no enhancements. Let's go ahead and turn on those enhancements. First one is the radio setting. This is the radio setting on the K669D through the Vocaster hub. What do you think, boys and girls? Does this sound good? This is my utmost, ultimate favorite microphone. Price, sound, all that combined, I like this one the best. This is like the coolest one. I use all my mics because they're fun and I enjoy switching it up. This one's always going to have a special spot in my heart. My under all the flub, there's a heart in there, and this one's got a special spot there. So let's move along. This is the radio setting. What do you think about the radio setting on the K669D through the Vocaster hub? We're now on the clean setting in the Vocaster hub for the K669D. What does that sound like to you guys? Have you made some decisions? We're on the third mic. We've done the toner. The K688. Now we're on to the K669D. I've got the K669C up next. Then the 5-core retro mic, the really cool metal with the red inset grill, the one that I've got under I didn't have my lights on today, but it's usually under the spotlight. So we're going to do those next. We're on the clean setting in the 669D with the Vocaster hub. Let's move along to the warm. This is the warm setting for the K669D through the Vocaster hub. How does it sound? This is what it sounds like. I am having fun because I get to listen to this. And this is why I do this sound. It's just a cool sound. And I love these new Bear Dynamic DT990s I got through Facebook. Got them for, the lady was good for $50. I offered her 50. She said yes. I couldn't get 50 out of the ATM. I got 60. So I gave her 60 because I knew what I was getting. So $60. They're like brand new. The only thing that I had to do, the Vocaster doesn't push them very well, so I did have to get a amplifier, and I just turned that amplifier all the way up, and these are great. I'm like halfway liking them better than my Rode NTH100s. I hate saying that, but these just sound really good. They're very clear, very open-aired. I think this is like, a vented back, like an open back. Somebody please tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't know everything. I just like the way this sounds, and I like having fun. Okay, we're on the warm. Now we're going to move along to the bright setting. And this is the bright setting for in the Vocaster hub for the K669D. How does it sound? What do you think? Comparing this to all the other settings and all the other mics, I like this sound. This one sounds really good with a big, thick pop filter on it. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Do that. See, it just all of a sudden takes on this whole different sound profile, and I love it. I just love the sound of this mic with the big pop filter on it. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. There's no plosives getting through this. This is like going through a couch cushion. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get plosives through that. This sounds great. I just love it. All right, so we will move along to the next microphone, which is the K669C. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Here we go. Here we go. This is the condenser, the K669C condenser microphone. And it cranks it way down. That's so much better. Da 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 da. Okay, whoa, let's go like this. Let's go, hey, right about there. Okay. Boy, that was a long, drawn out ordeal. So now we are on the K669C, and I am not using a pop filter because it does not come with one. It comes just the way you see it. This is how it comes. How do you think it sounds? This is with no enhancements in the Vocaster hub. And so this is the K669C. We're going to go ahead and throw on some enhancements in the Vocaster hub. Real quick, Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. And I'm not extra doing that. I'm just ing out. All right, let's go ahead and move along. Enhancements are on, and this is the radio setting with the K669C in the Vocaster hub. How do you like it? How does it sound with no pop filter? I am about, I'm about 4 inches away, probably 4 to 5 inches away. This is a condenser microphone, so you are supposed to be able to get a little further away and still get a good sound out of it. So this is what it sounds like. In the radio setting on the Vocaster hub. Let's move along to the clean setting. This is the clean setting on the Fine K669C in the Vocaster hub. How does this sound in comparison to the 669D? How does it sound in comparison to the K688 and the Toner TD510? This is the second to last microphone in this comparison. We will be moving along to the retro, the 5-core retro style microphone after this one. So let's move along out of the clean setting and into the warm setting. This is the warm setting with the Fine K669C. No filters in OBS other than a limiter. So this is what it sounds like. I am going to give this one a shot with all of these enhancements with a pop filter, just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. And I'm going to use one of the big fat chunky ones. So we are going to move out of the warm setting and into the bright setting on the K669C. This is the bright setting, K669C, bright setting in the Vocaster hub. What do you think? And let's go ahead and do a little proximity. This is what it sounds like when you get right on top of the K669C. It's pretty cool. Sounds pretty, but the plosives, you can hear that air. It's so loud. Anyway, this is, I turned them off. This is the bright setting. So now we're going to go ahead and throw a pop filter on this bad boy, and we'll run that through its paces. I don't want that one. On all of the other enhancement settings. And this is the K669C with the big old fat pop filter in the bright setting. Let's move it along to the warm setting and see how that sounds. This is the warm setting on the K669C. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Is this one taking the cake? It's not my favorite, but it might be somebody's. So that's why we did this. Let's go ahead and move along from the warm setting on the 669C into the clean setting. This is the clean setting through the Vocaster hub on the K669C. Just for comparison's sake, let's go ahead and do a off-axis rejection. And this is what it sounds like when you talk right into the front of the mic on the K669C. This is what it sounds like when you talk at 90 degrees from the center of the K669C. There you have it. Let's go ahead and move along into the radio setting. This is the radio setting with the K669C. I don't know. Oh, we get to do this some more because on the guest section of my Vocaster, I still have all the sounds aren't on default. So let's go ahead and put those on on their default settings. This is the radio setting on the default settings in the Vocaster Hub with the K669C. How does that sound? I think it sounds pretty darn good, man. I just don't know if I like this whole vertical thing. It just feels weird. After talking into address mics for a while, that feels more comfortable to me, but this is still pretty cool. So let's go ahead and move along out of the radio and into the clean setting. This is the default clean setting for the Vocaster Hub on the K669C. What do you think? How does it sound? Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. I know the sound settings aren't going to make a difference on plosives. I'm just giving you some more audio. So moving along out of the clean setting and into the warm. This is the warm setting, default warm setting for the Vocaster Hub on the K669C. So we'll go ahead and check out the last one, which is the bright setting. This is the default bright setting in the Vocaster Hub for the K669C. Let me get this out of the way because I just hit it with my elbow. What do you think? How does this sound? We've only got one microphone left. We've got the 5-core retro style microphone left that my friend Kevin from Back to the Retro Review sent to me for free. Such a nice dude. We do a podcast on Thursday nights talking about budget podcasting. So if you're bored on Thursday around 9 o'clock Eastern, jump on, watch, join in the chat, ask us some questions. We thrive on the chat. We want questions. And we will try to answer them the best we can. We are not professionals as far as, way up there, but we've done this for a little bit and we know what we're doing for what we need, and we can help you get started. So give us a listen. And then I guess while I'm doing plugins, I'll go ahead and plug On the Level podcast every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. You will find Mike Newman from Level Up and myself talking about gear, YouTube, all that kind of stuff on that podcast on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to go ahead and move along to the 5-core retro style microphone. Hey. Hey. Let's go ahead and turn off the enhancements. Okay. Now we're on to the 5-core retro style microphone with no enhancements in the Vocaster Hub. This is what it sounds like, folks, right out of the box. This is probably the coolest looking mic. Kind of looks like a Farmall, like a chrome Farmall. It's like opposite. It's like red on the inside and chrome on the outside instead of vice versa. Anyway, this is my tractor microphone. And this is what it sounds like with no enhancements. Let me get things situated here. No enhancements. And this is pretty close to my dang squawk box. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the enhancements on in the Vocaster Hub and see where we're at. This is the default radio setting in the Vocaster Hub using the retro style 5-core retro style microphone. What do you think? In comparison to everything else, what does it sound like? We'll go ahead and move along from the, this is the bright setting. I don't know what I said in the beginning, but it's the bright setting. So we'll go ahead and move on up to the warm setting. This is the warm setting with the 5-core retro style microphone. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of plosives. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. There's some plosives going on in this one. So moving along, we've got that. That was the warm setting. Let's jump up to the clean. And this is the clean setting. 5-core retro style microphone, clean setting on the Vocaster Hub. What do you think? What do you think about this one? Sounds pretty cool, man. Let's do a little bit of proximity on the 5-core retro style microphone. This is what it sounds like when you talk extremely too close to the microphone. And now we're on the radio setting. This is the radio setting in the Vocaster Hub for the 5-core retro style. The last microphone. I have done this whole thing. I hit record once. So I've got this one big long video. I don't know how everybody else records. Sometimes I change it up and I go back and forth. I'll record segments. Sometimes I'll just do like I did tonight. I'll hit record one time and leave it going. So all of the oomps and all the in-between crap is all in there. Whether or not I keep it when I edit, I don't know. if it's funny, if it's worth keeping, I will. So you're gonna find out, because when I get to editing this thing, I'm gonna start picking and choosing. All right, let's move along. Actually, that's it. That's all of them. That's the radio setting on the 5-core retro. That's the clean setting on the 5-core retro. That's the warm setting on the 5-core retro. That's the bright setting on the 5-core retro. How did we do, man? We did the 5-core retro style microphone. We did the Fine K669C, the Fine K669D, the Fine K688, and we did the toner TD510. This was pretty cool, man. We're gonna put all this together and see how it sounds, and that's it, man. I appreciate everybody coming along for the ride. It's been a little bit of time. It's been a hot minute since I put something out. I did put something out on the Chronicles a week or so ago. Had some issues going on this past week. Those issues are still going on, and they're going to be probably for a little while. So I will not be talking about them right now because I'm not at liberty to, but they're relatively heavy, and I have just not been in the mood to be in here, to be doing anything other than just sitting and thinking. So now I'm starting to feel better. Now I'm starting to get back into the studio, and I was like, man, it's Saturday afternoon, and there's nothing going on. We went to the park. We had ice cream. We did some laps around the track. Ice cream and laps around the track. This is how we roll, man. You know, we go pig out, and then we walk and think we're walking it out. And then we came home, and we were just kind of busted. My daughter wanted to go hang out in the house and work on her little projects and crafts, and I came up here to do this. So fun. Again, that's all the microphones that I've got at this moment. I appreciate everybody coming along for the ride. It was fun, and we'll go ahead and put this out, and I appreciate it. I think I've said appreciate like 3 or 4 times, so I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. We will see you later.